Hello, chat. Hello. Today is gonna be a whispering ASMR stream. So I will be trying to stay as quiet as I possibly can. Hey. So yeah. I don't know how long I'll be able to be, whispering like this because it does hurt my throat slightly. So we will need to be careful and keep ourselves hydrated. And yeah. Well, I hope everyone has had a lovely day today because now it is time for you to relax and slumber. Well, probably not, just time to relax. Because it is currently only 8 p.m. my time. So we have, plenty of time to help you relax, calm down, and get any worries off your chest. I try to adjust the microphone as much as I can so it is as sensitive as it possibly can be. Because I can do my voice like normal, like this, but I also want to, do the whispering as well, because I feel like the whispering is also nice in a way. By the way, I have a new routine where you can get a smooch, one smooch per person per stream. So yeah, it's just a thing that so I have a lot of lurkers in my community, so it does happen a lot that I can have a bunch of people in stream, but just Twitch does not register it whatsoever. So I have that redeem, and I lowered the first redeem, which is for one person per stream, and they are the first person to redeem that. So yeah, you could say that you're the first person in stream, even though there might have been 5 or 6 people before you. But yeah. So the microphone should be a lot more sensitive and should be able to pick up stuff a lot better. For example, this bit of brushing, that should be able to be picked up a lot more evenly and so on. So if I brush one side, you should be able to only hear on that side. Oh, I also wanted to do a thing later on where I tap on a bunch of different things, and yes, you have to guess what that thing is. Of course, I will tell you what that thing is, but there will be, I think, one item that I will not tell anyone. Yes, they guess it right. But yeah, we have 2 hours to, stream and do all that stuff. You can probably hear my fans because that I can't really do anything about. That's just like any background buzzing noise from my computer fans. I cannot do anything about because this microphone isn't good enough for that, and my PC is literally like half a meter away from my microphone, so it is gonna pick up stuff. But I do hope that you don't mind the little I feel like the type of little white noise does help for some people. Just, relax. Oh yeah, I made a schedule. So I have an entire schedule. It is both on my Twitter and my Discord. So on both those I have my schedule. And in that schedule we have some stuff listed for this week. So on today, which is the 4th, we are gonna be doing ASMR. Yay. Well, we're already doing ASMR, so yeah, already doing that. Then tomorrow we are gonna be playing Return of the Obra Dinn. I found that a very fun puzzle game, and I would like to carry it on just in general. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, we are gonna be playing Portal 2 with Bunny Baggins. So, I do not know the exact time that we will be playing. I personally can play like from 2 p.m. Well, a little bit later. Sorry, I had to yawn. So I am not sure of the starting time. Of course, I'll say it like on the day when we figure it out. So yeah, that's gonna be Portal 2 with Benny Baggins, and maybe some other multiplayer game if she is willing to, play it with me. Most likely like Power Wash Sim or something like that, where we can just chat and just, have some fun. Then on Thursday, I will be offline. That is when I'll be watching a movie with some friends, so I will not be able to be around at that time. Then on Friday, we are going to be playing the Genshin Impact Bennett event. We're going to be going through all of that, gonna play that the entire day. Then on Saturday, we are gonna be playing Limbo. That is a good word. So yeah, Limbo, the horror game. We're gonna be playing that. And then on Sunday, I will be taking a break day, and I'm gonna be offline then as well. So those are gonna be our main days. So we're gonna be, our stream days this week are today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So yeah, should be pretty good. But yeah, looking forward to it. Should I maybe use my normal voice a bit more? I do like the whispering as well. I feel like that is good. But maybe that's gonna be a little bit off off-putting for some people, so I'll do my regular voice from time to time. I feel like some people are probably gonna feel like it's sexy or something. I'm not sure. That's good. Well, like before, we have like a bunch of different type of triggers. Now you have the like magnetic balls. I can brush you. I can kiss you. I can do the mouth pops. I also have my sponge. Does that sound okay? I'm not exactly sure. So yeah. We also have some scissors that I can do, snippy. So yeah, they can do snippy sounds. I do have one other thing that I didn't really think about doing. It's my Rubik's Cube. So I have so there's this like company that makes very high quality Rubik's Cubes. GZA ordered AGNNG, like those three letters. There's a G, A, and an N. So, and that company makes like some of the best Rubik's Cubes in the world. And this one like almost feels like it's held in with like rubber bands or something. Like when I'm like slightly pulling it apart, I feel like that sounds pretty good. Do you like the turning noise as well? Can't really do the flicks. The flicks are too loud when I do that, as you can see. So, but I do know how to solve Rubik's Cubes. I do have another one. Which isn't made by the same company. As you can see, as you can hear, it is a bit more crunchy. So it is the same style of 3x3 Rubik's Cube, but it has like these funky shapes. Instead of being like full squares, it's like triangles, curvy shapes, and then it has like a star shape in the middle of each one of these. You can also hear the spring slightly in the middle as well, if you turn it the right way, that is. So yeah, those are my two Rubik's Cubes. course, I still have some stuff from the previous ASMR that we did, like the snow globe that we have as well. We also have a comb and some other stuff, like the globe. And of course, we have some books too, like the we can do the book scrunching as well. And we do have some marbles, but I feel like they're a little bit too loud of a noise. Oh, that's one marble. And obviously we have our magnetic squishy balls. They do leave my hand a little dirty because I've been using them so much that the outer coating of the actual magnetic balls has sort of started coming off, and the actual metal part of the little beads starts rubbing up against my hands and then just sticking bits of like metal on it, which is very annoying because then it's very hard to wash. But for you, I'm willing to take that risk. So yeah. It's upside down. Okay, I was just playing with my little globe. Okay. So should we go through a range of like things that I have with me, and then I'm gonna tap on each one of those, and if you want, you can guess in your head, or you can, type it out, which trigger, what object I am tapping on. I do have, just to mention, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do I have another one? Yes, I have 10 items that I will be tapping on. You can try and guess what they are. You can just keep it in your head if you want to, or you can always just say it out loud. It is all the same. So yeah, which one should I start with? Well, I will start in a row of like what I currently see. So we're gonna do that. So, first one. Quick hint, you have heard this before. I'll give you a bit more time, so I'll tap it for a little bit longer, and then let's say after like a minute I will then tell you the answer of what I am tapping. Okay, I will reveal the thing that I was tapping on. So, I was tapping on my little notebook. I have a little notebook that I, like to write in or scribble on for a effect of, just writing in a book, as I think I can do. Let's see how well you can hear this. So yeah, the first thing was my little notepad. So let's put that back. Next item. Can you tell what this is? It sounds interesting, right? So, I will reveal what the thing that I am holding and that I was tapping is. So, we were tapping on a pen. There's a pen that I got from the same place it's a little gel pen that has a carrot in the top of it. So when you take it out, the little carrot hides away, and then when you pop it back in, the carrot comes out to say hello. It has like a tiny, tiny smile, which is very adorable. So yeah, we have that. That is 2 down, but I can't do the clicking because it is just far too loud, unless I want to keep it like a meter away. Okay, let's get on to the next object that I will be tapping on. Can you tell immediately what this is? Or are you wondering what it could be? So if I brush up against the microphone, can you tell what this is by any chance? Do you need a hint? I can provide one quick hint. So, it is yellow. It is yellow. 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 It is currently yellow, but it can be other colors. It is just one of the most common colors of this item. So, I will reveal now the thing that I have been tapping on. I have been tapping on a sponge. The same sponge that gives you your very lovely scrubbies. Hi IDs, hope you're doing well. I'm here for the eargasm. Today I'm using my whispering voice. I can do my regular voice, but I thought might as well try something new. So I'm trying my whispering voice instead. So yeah, we're doing that. Yay! I'm just currently going through some items and tapping on them. Good to hear, good to hear, good to hear. I'm doing pretty well as well. Had a pretty easy day at work, and yeah, finished on time, which I'm glad about. Didn't need to do any overtime, and I am finally back on the morning shift, which means that I can stream all I want. So yeah, as I was saying, I was going through some different items that that I have been like tapping on, and then I was just asking, like, can you guess like what those items are? And then I was like revealing what those items are. So yeah, I've currently done 3 items. I've done my little notebook, I've done a pen, and then I've done the sponge. Also, do you like the how sensitive the microphone is currently? I did try to like play around with it a little bit and just try to make it so it picks up more stuff. Sorry, I can't really do anything about the buzzing in the background. That is my computer. But yeah. And it's good to hear that you're doing good as well. Okay. So, let's move on to... Okay, good to know, good to know. Also, do you prefer my whispering voice? Or do you prefer my regular voice, but just like quieted down? Because this is like how I usually talk. I'm just talking like very quietly right now. So I'm like trying to keep the same volume, just like not whispering. It is a lot harder to like keep my normal voice. Okay, I might keep that for a little bit. Actually, in the future I might make that like a specific routine or something like that, where I can speak softly. So let's move on to the next item that is that we'll be tapping on. I actually grew out my nails specifically so I can do tapping. Of course it doesn't work on soft objects like sponges, but on harder objects like this item, I'd say it works pretty well. By the way, if you want to guess the item, don't feel pressured in like having to write it down or anything like that. You can always just think it in your head and then think to yourself if you got it right or not. There's never any pressure to put yourself out in the open. You can just relax and sleep, or just, chill and look. Okay, so in a bit I will be revealing what I have been tapping on. Okay, so the thing that I've been tapping on this entire time is my Rubik's Cube. So yeah, that is the sound that the Rubik's Cube makes when it is, well, not this sound currently, but the tapping sound. That is what sound it makes. It's just me like playing around with it a little bit. I do feel like the Rubik's Cube sounds pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. is a pretty unique item. I don't think anyone's ever can actually guess this. If you somehow do, you've probably watched this beforehand then. Because I bet that nobody could guess this. Okay. I will reveal what the item that I've been tapping on is. It is, I don't know what it is, but it's hitting all the right spots. So it is my army patch. So I used to wear shoulder patches when I went to my college course, and it was basically like a rank system. So this is a patch from those days. It is like this little fabric, and yeah, and it is also the highest level patch as well, because there were 3 levels. Well, no, actually there were 4 levels within my course, and I have the patches from the second lowest, well, from the second, third, and fourth. So this is from the 4th one and the 4th level. So yeah, by the way, I've never actually been to the military. I just said it as a military patch because I feel like most people would understand the look of that, because it looks identical to a army patch. I can't really do anything else apart from, tapping with this. I can brush against the microphone, but I can do anything. Like, I can do that with anything, so it's not really special. The most special thing about it is the tapping, because it is pretty, thick material, so it is pretty good, well made for tapping. Okay, next up is I'm presuming you can hear that. I feel like most people can probably guess what that is. So, the thing that I'm currently tapping on is my own table. I don't know how well that is sounding to everyone else, because the vibrations are probably just going through the mic arm into the microphone instead of it picking it up that well. But I think it should be good enough. Okay. Oh, I can do it like this as well, with my entire finger. Well, do my entire hand. Okay, let's move on to the next item. I feel like this one would be pretty hard for some people to guess as well. But I can say one hint about it. It will show you a lot of places. That's actually a pretty big hint. So, the thing that I was just tapping on was my little globe. A globe that I got at a charity shop when I was working there for work experience, for a week or so. Yeah. So, before I left, I saw the little globe and thought, I don't think anyone else is gonna have this, so I decided to have it because it was like super cheap as well. It was like £1 and it's a globe. I love globes. I feel like the hollow sound and it like reverberating on itself is pretty good as well. Also, if my mouth doesn't move that well, is because my microphone is like straight ahead of me and my camera is to the left of me, because I usually look at my monitor when I'm like playing games and stuff, so I have my camera on the top of my monitor, so it actually picks up my mouth movements more. But yeah, that's probably why it might be cutting off sometimes, or not picking it up at all. So yeah, that's another item. How many items have we had so far? So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that means we have 3 more items to tap on. I'm not sure how this would sound. Maybe I need to spread it out a bit more. There's more like scratching than tapping, but I can't really tap this thing. It's like a sheet of paper. Let me stretch it out a bit more. Sorry, touching the microphone by accident. to remember that I can do this. So the thing that I was scratching is my little magnetic balls. I can also do this with. That is usually what I do with them. I didn't really think that I could, like do scratching noises with them, but I guess that works too. It is a bit hard because I need to like spread them out along. Actually, it might work better with the back of my nails. Sorry, I chuckled a bit too loud there. Well, I've been touching like 2 walls at this point. I've been touching my little globe, and now the magnetic. Oh, just thought. I just had a thought. Maybe it would be better to do it with like my thumb. Like more efficient. I should need a little bit more practice for that. Okay. Next thing that we'll be tapping is this. I have no idea how it sounds because it's too quiet, like for me to hear with my headphones, but it seems like the microphone actually picks it up, so we'll have to see how that sounds later. This is the same object, but like a different part of the object. Okay, this one is pretty hard to tap on because there isn't much surface area basically. So, the thing that I've been tapping on for this one are my scissors. so I can give you a little haircut, just like this, a little trim. Sorry, that was loud. I did not mean for that to be so loud. So yeah. Oh, sorry. So those were the scissors. What other item do I have? Sorry, I did not mean for that to be a noise. I just disconnected something. Sorry, that was not meant to be a thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I feel like most people can probably tell what this is. Seeing that, I feel like most people have this in their own home. Okay, so for our last item of tapping, we have a controller. My somewhat crappy Nintendo Switch controller that keeps disconnecting from my computer every single moment that it can, which is very annoying. So yeah, we can do like the button clicking noises. Just doing like ultra combos. So yeah, that was some of the items that I can tap on. Oh, that was fun. Now, what else should we do for the next hour? Because we do still have an hour left. And I was just wondering, like, what to do. But I guess we'll have to figure it out as we go along. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, sure. I can do some more of that. of the springs on my microphone stand. Oh, ads. Must have been a bit loud. That's the book, by the way. What volume is this? Volume 1, the first volume. I could probably just read like the first volume of My Dress Up Darling if I wanted to. I feel like that would be pretty interesting to do. But yeah, chapter 1. We have Brianchi, your grandpa's crewmate is Ina Dulce. Amazing, huh? And so on. I don't think I'll be reading this all aloud because I'm not the best at reading stuff aloud. So I don't think that would be a good idea unless I've read it before and I know like everything that is gonna be there. I'd rather not just read stuff aloud all of a sudden. Okay. Let's put this away. Why don't we do some noise ASMR? Because we could, well, I feel like it would be pretty nice just doing like different types of noises and so on. That could work too. Okay, so one noise that we have are mouth pops. So yeah, we can do some mouth pops. Then we can also do smooches. So that's another thing that we can do. As I have said before, I used to be able to do purring, but sadly I'm like really out of practice and I would need to like get into practice as much as I can. Of course I can do other stuff, for example raising my voice, and that's a thing that I can do. Then there's also me being able to deepen my voice, being more soothing and smooth. That's also something that I can do. Then we can also do whispering. capable of doing, but I can't really change my accent when I whisper, so I can't just do like a super high pitch voice that well, and so on. It's just like whisper or nothing. So your true voice more comes out when you're whispering, it seems. But apart from that, I can do obviously saying different words that might sound pretty good or have good lip noises. For example, a lot of the p sounds can also have pretty good lip sounds, you could say, like pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. The thing is, if I do it with my deep voice, it doesn't really work too well like that. So I probably need to do it with like the more simple high pitch voice. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. Instead of like doing it with this voice and doing it like pineapple. Yay! Here's a rose for you. I feel like this is more of a dreamy like voice instead of anything else. That works too, I guess. What other ones are there? Something to do with B, like bicycle, 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 bicycle. I guess that one works with both voices pretty well. By the way, this is not my original voice. I'm just making it sound a tiny bit deeper. My actual voice is around here, like slightly higher pitched, a bit softer, instead of being slightly harsher, but also a little bit deeper. I do feel like that is also a good style of voice that people might like. I'm trying to keep like my eyes like half open, and that is really hard to do whilst you're talking as well. I like doing the smug voice. But yeah, what other voices can we have? Well, probably not voices. What other noises can we do with our mouth? So we can say words, change our tone of speech. We can also do like a couple of noises, and I think that's about it. Guess I need to learn a few more things. I need to get like some lever or something so I can like scrunch it, because I feel like that would be a pretty good noise as well. Oh yeah, I finally decided to get some more art of myself, and I think I'll have it as my new starting soon screen. I think that would work pretty well with how the thing looks. Well, how I imagine it to look. But I haven't really heard back from the artist yet. I did send them the money and stuff and so on, but their commission time is a bit longer. I think no, not NSFW art. I've had NSFW art of myself before, but not much of it ever came out very well. So I've had like 3 bits of NSFW art, but I think only one of them actually came out well, and that one was like of me being shirtless. I think it's just because like when I gave out the stuff for them, it's just like didn't really work out, or the person like interpreted it a different way, and it's just like I was too embarrassed to say like, oh, okay, this like completely off the mark of like what I imagined, because most of them like showed me a sketch of how it would look, like a general shape, and I like loved the outline and stuff and just the general sketches. But then when they actually started drawing details, it just somehow always got worse. It's like the equivalent of like going to the barber shop, them starting your
Sorbsibit is raiding the office with 30 viewers.
Thank you so much for the raid. That is such a big raid. Hello, Sorbs. Hope you had a lovely stream. I need to shout out. Just a second. So. Hope you had a lovely stream. There we go. You were doing ASMR as well. Hope your ASMR went well. I've just been doing random stuff, like for example, different things, tapping and seeing like if people can guess what they are. Yes, hi Raiders. Hope everyone is doing lovely today. My stream was lovely, yeah, but a tad scuffed due to possessed. The possessed mic. That is the worst. I've had that happen before, where my mic just decides, like in the middle of stream, like, oh, I'm not connected to anything anymore. Yeah, it's done that to me before. Decided to send the remaining EPs to your way. Oh, thank you so much. Is there anything that you would want? I can like do a few things. Obviously I'll say if I can't do it or not. But yeah. I have like some stuff. I have Rubik's Cubes. I have a globe. I have a notepad. I just decided to listen to audio from the Never. Okay, that does sound interesting, but also sounds very spooky. Like something that you just listen to before you decide to go to the Never. But yeah, sounds like an interesting thing. By the way, the noise that is currently happening is me squishing my magnetic beads that I have. So I'll have like a ball of magnetic beads, and I like to squish them and pull them apart and stuff like that. But during this stream, I discovered that I can like scratch them and stuff, which I was told sounds pretty good. Always with those sexual innuendos. Well, if you need to raid and leave and get some food, don't worry, you do that. I'm actually in actuality the mic might just be bought. I just got the pair today, so we'll have to deal with that tomorrow. Oh, did you get like specific ASMR style microphones? Because for me, I'm just using a microphone that has like dual audio, and that's it. I can't really afford like the 3DO style microphones. I would love to have those, because I feel like those would be pretty cool and would give a lot nicer experience of like ASMR. Also, I like to be, you could say, affectionate, so I do like to do kisses and hugs and stuff like that, but I can't really do hugs with this microphone because it doesn't have like the ear to be able to pick up stuff. But yeah, let's do some brushing. So yeah. But yeah, as I said, if you need to raid and dash, feel free, get some eep, get some food, and so on. It's just a cheap oak stereo pair of small diaphragm condenser BioPrint C2 to be specific. Yeah, I have never heard of that name ever before. So yeah, that is a bit out there. Oh yeah, let me give you a follow as well. Follow, there we go. So yeah, usually used for overhead microphone or instruments, but I decided to try them for ASMR. Well, yeah, it does sound like if it was for like headphone testing, it should be able to pick up audio pretty well. But I'm guessing they can be finicky. They might just be like on a wrong audio channel or something, because it could be that like each microphone has like a different audio channel or something. They do pretty okay for the price, aside from the balked one. So you're saying that one of them doesn't work? Yeah, it could be that you need to like separate them, or that like one of them is on like a completely different audio channel, because that can be a thing as well. Well, thank you very much again for sending your peeps over here. But yeah, Hope you enjoy. Okay, what else? Some more tapping. So yeah, I do hope everyone's day is going well at least. Also, if you hear my voice change all of a sudden, it's because this voice is actually closer to my actual voice. This deeper voice is more of a fake thing that I do, just to sound a little nicer. I tried switching cables around to check if it was something in my setup, but I didn't seem to affect it. So spoke to Mike. Yeah, probably best to like exchange it for a new pair or something. Unless it's like you bought from eBay. You do have a nice voice. Thank you. The thing is, for like the longest time, I've been like really self-conscious about my voice. In like all recordings and so on, I really despised it, just because I like sounded one way in my own head, but then when I was hearing it in real life, like through a recording, it just sounded like so different, like it wasn't me. But over time, over like streaming for the past year, I basically gained more confidence in my own like speaking and hearing myself talk and so on. So yeah, I'd say streaming has given me a lot of confidence in many ways. Okay, I was thinking of maybe doing some RP like I did last ASMR stream. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to introduce myself. So, I am Taras. I'm a variety streamer. Thank you for the follow.
Marathon has entered the office.
Thank you, Mary, for the follow. It's normal to hate hearing your voice, and yeah. Thank you for the follow as well. Hi, Tang. Whispering, hey, Taras. I be lurking whilst I'm using. Thank you for the lurk, Tang. Hope you're doing well. Oh, right. I should click the follow button. Damn it! No, I forgot what I was gonna do. Oh yeah, I was thinking about the RP that I was that I did last stream, and then I was introducing myself. Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Taras. I'm a variety streamer. I do ASMR like every now and then, like every other week, and every other day I do different games. I usually don't do like the same game every day. Sometimes I do like multiple games in one day, depending on like how long they are and how I feel about it. But usually every single day is something new to explore. But recently I have been trying to finish more games because I've done so many games. So recently I've been very into puzzle games where like you go in, you have like the rules of the game. For example, Portal, where you have like different portals, and then you use those rules to solve the puzzles. So yeah, that I've been really liking puzzles recently, and I have done a few games. For example, like Superliminal, Viewfinder, Portal. I've done like both the Portal games as well. I've done some of Escape Simulator, as well. That one was pretty good, but I feel like that one is more. Have you tried Barbe's You? I have been meaning to do that one, but I have not tried it yet. I know like how the logical stuff works with it, because like you have the rules of it, of like the moving around and so on, and then it just builds more and more on top of the rules. One thing that I've liked every single puzzle game so far that I've tried, except for Escape Simulator. The one problem that I've had with that is that every single level, when you start the level, the rules change completely. Like, it is completely new rules for every single level, and you have to like find the notes and then relearn all the rules and so on like that. So, like doing one level, perfectly fine. Like, but doing like multiple levels in a row, it just starts feeling more like a chore than anything else. Unless you're like with other people. When you're like with other people, then it feels, I'd say, a lot nicer, because like each person can take their own corner and then try and work together. But yeah, recently puzzle games, but I do like a lot of different ones. I've done shooters, I've done like survival games, open world games, just art streams as well, and yeah, I do a lot of stuff. I do building streams, I do Lego streams as well. I've built Gundams before. I've also done like just chatting too. When I say variety, I mean variety. But yeah, I'd say I'm still pretty new to ASMR, just in general, because I'm not very used to it. I basically need to learn what's good, what's not good, and so on. Oh, also, add in 1 minute. I thought I'd just say so because the ad announcement is usually when the ad starts, which isn't very useful. I wish it would like warn people like a couple of minutes in advance. Okay. Oh yeah, about that role play that I was thinking about. So, last ASMR stream, I did a role play where I pretended that like different creatures came to my office seeking advice, and then I would like say ridiculous things on how to like either solve their problems or just so on. And whilst I was doing that, I was scribbling in my little notebook. So, I think we should do that for a little bit. Let's say, like, the next 10 minutes or so. we can do a little bit of role play. And of course, each one of the remedies is gonna be ASMR based. So like different ASMR type of things. But before that, I need a quick drink of water. Sorry, I have a shaker cup that I have like this energy drink in. Pretty good. Oh, sorry, didn't mean for that. How was it further away but still like was louder than when I opened it? Sometimes I don't get some of the stuff. But yeah. So so let's begin. Now let's think about what type of creature would come into our office. Let's say a lamia comes into our office. So, what could we do for you today, Miss Lamia? So you're saying that you're having problems shedding. Oh, sorry. Sort of wrote off of the page slightly. Okay. Well, I can say that is a very common problem when you go into a new environment. So, I'm guessing you recently moved in here. Well, in this area. Okay, so I would recommend some stress relief because that is usually caused by accumulated stress. Now, let's see how we could, calm you down, maybe help you sleep a little. Let's start by doing this. Do you think this helps? Do you feel a little bit relaxed? Okay, now let's do it from the front a little bit. Well, that is good to know. Or you have ad block. That could be a thing as well. I do know that Twitch does sometimes prevent ads on ASMR streams. So sometimes on ASMR streams, like, you just don't get ads. Which is a good thing, because people come here to relax. So yeah. But anyway, so Miss Lamia, do you feel a little bit more relaxed? It definitely seems like you are. I got hit by ads, sorta. I got Blank ads. No ad play, just hey, we're on a commercial break right now. Ah, okay. Well, that sounds interesting. But yeah. Okay. I feel like you're a bit more relaxed now. So, let's say come back for about 3 more appointments, and we'll do the same procedure for about 5 minutes at a time, up to an hour, depending on how your stress levels are, until you can feel comfortable. So yeah, that should be a good thing. Hope that you have a lovely day, and if you wouldn't mind, could you call in the next client into the office as you're passing by? I'm alone here, so there's nobody really to call out unless I step out myself. Thank you very much. Okay, so who's the next client that might need some, relaxing or calming? Okay. I need to think for a second. I can't exactly just come up with this stuff off the top of my head all of a sudden. Who would be a good type? Maybe a spider person, but no, maybe not. We did a golem last time. We did a fairy as well. Hey, I wouldn't be able to come up with even that much off the top of my head. Yeah, last time that I did it, I had like ideas rolling like one after each other. Like a ghost that didn't know that he was a ghost. A like fairy that had like a slightly broken wing. A golem that had his runes slightly chipped, and so on. Okay, so as the door opens up, we see a little worm wriggle in, and he is a little bookworm. He just like crawls up the chair, like up the leg of the chair, and then sits down and waits patiently. So, hello, Mr. Bookworm. What is your concern today? That is so adorable. That is an adorable emote. Yes. So, what would your concern be? Oh, you don't like the taste of your current books? Have you tried a maybe different genre of book? You don't know what genres you might like. Okay. Well, we do have a large selection. There are currently our most popular genre is light novel books. So, light novels provide a lot of imagination, you could say. It gives you a very unique taste, you could say. Have you ever tried one of those? You have you? How was it? A bit overwhelming. Yeah, that can be the case for some. Yeah, some of the plot lines don't really make much sense. If you want something more concrete, why don't you try a science book? That can always level out any indigestion. Okay, yeah. Then I would recommend some science. Try to avoid philosophy. Philosophy can go a bit all over the place, and it sometimes does induce nausea if you're not used to it. It's a acquired taste. But science books should be pretty level. If you want something more sophisticated and complex without the taste of, confusion. Okay. Well, good that we had that sorted out. Do you have any other concerns? Okay, not at the moment. Okay. So, as we discussed, try some science books. They should be pretty tasty for you and offer a more complex taste. Avoid philosophy. That can be a bit nauseous unless you already have the acquired taste. And as you've already stated, light novels, a bit not your style. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bookworm. If you would like to, on your way out, if you could call the next customer, well, the next client. Thank you very much. Oh, and before you go, I could also interest you in some history books. Those can have a very varied taste as well. For example, take this globe as an example. It has so many different countries and so much variety. So yeah, I would suggest to check some of those out as well. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind, please call over the next client on your way out. Okay, so who do we have next? Oh, you're saying that you're a lesser vampire? I couldn't even tell. You have such a glow that I would have mistaken you for a pureblood. Okay. So, as a lesser vampire, you do have some more health issues than a pureblood. That is understandable. So, what is troubling you now, by any chance? You're saying that you're having a hard time sleeping. That is understandable. Have you tried changing your bedding by any chance? Like the olden day coffins can be a bit uncomfortable. You might want to get a newer model. I'd say changing it out every 100 years is a good decision, because like the shape can deform. Thank you for the follow.
Lord Horatio Elson has entered the office.
Hello, Lord Horatio. Hope you're having a lovely day. So yeah, let's get back to our client, the lesser vampire. You're saying that you haven't changed your bedding in 4 centuries. Yeah, that is probably why you're having a hard time sleeping. We do have some options currently. Let me jot that down real quick. We do have this hardwood that could be pretty comfortable for you. Well, that's outside. It really keeps its shape and can really seal in very well. It also has this lovely soft fabric that has been proven to hold out for at least 50 years. And yes, it has been tested by other vampires. You can trust that. I believe even one of our pureblood clients had this material in their bedding as well. So I would really say that is some high quality. I know I sound like a salesman right now, but I'm just trying to provide you the best options so you can get the best sleep possible. The hinges can be a bit creaky, but seeing that it's just gonna be like opening and closing it, it shouldn't be like anything too big. But yeah, I can recommend you this model. We do have some lower end models that don't have the best materials, but like for example, this is more like thick corrugated cardboard. It's not gonna last as long, but it is still pretty comfortable, especially when it is new. But you would need to replace it more frequently, at least. So yeah, which one would you like to pick? Oh, okay, you're going for the higher quality wood. Okay, that's understandable. It's gonna last you longer, and that means you won't need to replace it as often. I'd say the investment is a good choice. Okay, I'll book you in for a fitting. How about next week? Would that work for you? In 3 months? Yeah, I guess you can wait. Like, with your long lifespan, you're not exactly in any rush. But I would recommend having it done sooner than that. Why? Because of your sleep? Why would you want to not sleep very, very comfortably as soon as you can? Okay. Oh, sorry. Got a little loud there. So, we'll get you into a fitting next week. And yeah, here's your little slip. And if you would be so kind to call in the next and final client, as you leave the room. Thank you very much, and hope you have a lovely day. Okay, who's our last client? I'm really getting stumped on our last client. Who could they be? You know what? That just gave me an idea. A sentient water bubble. So our last client is a sentient water bubble, or aka a water spirit. They just take the form of water bubbles or like other type of like water objects, like ice cubes. That works too. But yeah, so what is troubling you today? You feel very tired. Okay. Do you have any idea for the reason of this fatigue? You think it's because of your water composition? Yeah, that can be a effect. If by chance you have some impurities in your water bubble, that can affect your fatigue and energy levels because you're carrying more. Think of it as like a human putting on weight and then trying to run a marathon all of a sudden. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna feel way more tired. So yeah, okay. I believe I do have a solution. We do provide a cleaning program. We can do it right here and now. If you would like, that is. Of course, I'll close the door. It's going to be a private area. Okay. You'd like the cleaning service. Good to know. Just to know, it can be a little ticklish for first timers if they have not experienced it before. But it is like a massage, you could say. Okay, so let's get on with the cleaning process. I do need to get one quick thing. Just give me a second. Okay, so I am back with the cleaning supplies. Well, cleaning supply. It's a straw. We are literally gonna blow the impurities out of you. So, let's begin. Are you feeling okay? It seems like you're enjoying it. That's good to know.
You are looking a lot cleaner already. That is good to know. Do you feel less fatigued? You are? Okay. Well, we're going to do this for a little bit more to try and get out as much as possible. But you do need to be careful of like where you go around and what you pick up in the future. And if you like do pick some stuff up, try and keep yourself clean, because that can really affect your fatigue levels. Okay. I think that is about as clean as you can be. You look crystal clear. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the cleaning service, and thank you very much for popping by. It was very lovely having you, and of course, you can always come back if you ever need anything else. Okay, and if you could you close the door behind you when you leave? Thank you very much. So yeah, that was the little office roleplay. That sort of actually went on for a little bit longer than I expected. Well, I feel like that was a good session at the very least. Well, what else could we do? You know what? Let's do a little smooch session. Because I have done those before. Let's say like 2 minutes of smooch. So one's like this. Little smoochies. Little smokies. I wish I had those ears because I could actually... Sorry, that was a bit loud. I didn't mean for that to be so loud. That sort of peaked in the red. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the smoochies. I feel like they were pretty lovely. Okay. I was just worried because that sort of went in the red when it like spiked up there when I touched my lips to my actual microphone. But yeah, I would like to get the ones with the ears so I can actually, you know, do some stuff like ear cupping, tapping on the ears and stuff like that. Stuff that I really love. So yeah, also like I need to find my paintbrush somewhere because like I have not been able to find it in the longest time, and I can't do brushies with that. I can do it like with a sponge and stuff, but it isn't the same. Like scratching the microphone cover instead. Yeah, they definitely are nice. Because it's like, it's actually being done to your ears. And that is what I want. Because I like being... The thing is, I'm not parasocial. It's just, I'm a very affectionate person when it comes through being online. When it comes to being in real life, I'm a massively shy person. Like, you would not think that I am like so shy that I am even like anxious to talk to my own friends. But I am. Like, I am even anxious of asking them like to play games with me because I feel anxious of like the fact, oh, am I bothering them? Am I like doing something wrong and so on? But that is like my own mindset. But yeah, I think it is about time for me to go as well, because it is 10 p.m. for me, and I need to go to bed so I can wake up and be ready for work tomorrow. And tomorrow we are playing Return of the Obra Dinn, which is a nice puzzle game of time travel where you are going back in time to see events and then try to figure out how people died on a ship called the Obra Dinn. So yeah, and the game that we played before that was what was it again? Not the Silent Age, was it? Because it was like another time travel game. Yeah, the Silent Age. I was correct the first time. Oh, the Obra Dinn looks fun. I've never played it myself, but it's good. Yeah, it's definitely good. I love the art style of it so much. But yeah, we played the Silent Age beforehand. Like the game that we played before was the Silent Age, and it was a time travel game where you are a janitor that gets handed a time machine and then all of a sudden is told, oh yeah, go save the world. So yeah, it is a bit of a thing. But a very fun game as well. I can definitely recommend for anyone that hasn't played it before to play it as well. The puzzles can be a bit tricky because it is a point and click puzzle game where you literally collect an item to get another item, and in the process of getting that other item you lose the item that you just got. So it's that type of point and click game where each item has one use, and yeah, you just carry on like that. And you travel back and forth in time to like escape places. So I'd say the Silent Age is pretty good. And yeah, tomorrow we are going to be playing the Obra Dinn, which I am looking forward to. We have already discovered 3 people and how they like perished and so on. So yeah, we already like had all that done. So let's go and raid someone, I think. Of course, if anyone has any suggestions of who we should go and say hi to, I am fully on board with that. But I do have one person that I would love to go and say hi to, who is also doing ASMR. And they are named Salty Sawyer. They are a very lovely streamer, but I would need to actually check if I can rate them first. Because they have a lot of viewers. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed their time today, because I really enjoyed it. Dash raid. There we go. We can actually raid Salty Sawyer. Yay! Nice, nice. Well, I hope everyone says hi to her, because she is lovely. For anyone that might be popping in all of a sudden, this is her link, and our raid messages are over here. I'm just going to be using my preset ones. Oh wait, why did it? Oh, I spelled it that wrong. There we go. Now that's spelled correctly. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. And I also have my socials, if I spelled that correctly. Okay, I have no idea how to spell that. But I do have a Discord. Everything is like down underneath if you want to like go check out and keep updated with all my stuff that I do, because I do post like when I'm gonna stream and so on. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for popping in. Thank you for the raid again, subs, and thank you. Bye.
Honestly, what? What else is